The year is almost over, and here I am with the predictions for the last month of the year, December. Hello everybody, I'm Tina Chaudhary. Welcome to my channel and a very warm namaste. Aham Brahmasmi. Before I begin, I just want to make sure I mention again, I'm a Vedic astrologer and my calculations and predictions are always going to be based on Vedic astrology, not Western astrology. The predictions that I make for each zodiac sign at the end of this video is based on your rising sign or ascendant. It's also called Lagna in Hindi. Now, if you don't know your Vedic chart or your ascendant based on the Vedic chart, then I have a link to a website in my description box, and you can click it and enter your birth details such as date, place, and an accurate time of birth, and it will give you your Vedic birth chart. You can scroll below the chart and it shows you the planetary details. The first line mentions your ascendant zodiac. Now, this could be very different from your sun sign that you're used to thinking yourself to be. So don't think that's a mistake. So make sure you listen to the accurate zodiac sign on my predictions. Don't listen to it based on the sun sign that you have been thinking yourself to be, which is probably accurate, but it's a sun sign, not your ascendant. And before I begin with December's astrology details, I'm going to start with my favorite part of the monthly predictions. That is, wish all my viewers that have December birthdays a very, very happy birthday to all of you. May you have a wonderful and fun day. And may the divine bless you with lots of success, happiness, love, and good health as you begin your personal new year. Also, a very special birthday wish to my better half, who also celebrates a milestone birthday this month. So happy birthday to my viewers with December birthdays. Again, lots of love and best wishes. Now, in last month's prediction video, I had also included a prediction about the results of the US presidential elections. Of course, we know now that that prediction was incorrect, and no astrologer enjoys making inaccurate predictions. Also, I think about 80 to 90% of astrologers were incorrect regarding that prediction. Now, in my opinion, the reason so many astrologers could have made that same mistake is that the birth details that we all used for Kamala Harris could have been slightly inaccurate. Now, usually astrologers get the birth details from the same source, which is the Astro Data Bank. Celebrities almost never share their actual birth details, so these details are usually best calculated and estimate and then shared through this Astro Data Bank. Now, this could be one of the possible reasons that most of us made an inaccurate prediction. But the disappointing part is that so many people made very nasty comments, and the trollers were all out in full force in my comment section. And this is the sad part of society today, that we tend to enjoy and laugh at other people's failures or perceived failures. We find humor and satisfaction in making fun of others in their moment of failure or what they think is failure. So my guidance to all my faithful followers is to never indulge in negative communication or trolling of others, regardless of what the issue, because that in itself can actually damage the planet Mercury in our own birth charts. Mercury rules communication, but also finance, our intelligence. So damaging it could result in very challenging results. If you don't like something, it's better to just stay silent. So I'm not making an excuse for being wrong. I was wrong, I admit it. But I have also made lots and lots of predictions every month with my clients that I do private consultations with. So I don't need to prove myself as an astrologer, but all I'm saying is I have a lot of faithful subscribers and viewers, and I value them, that they come to my channel, they watch my videos regularly. But to everybody, my guidance is that when we start saying negative things to other people on social media platforms, it has a damaging effect on all of us or whoever does it. So my faithful viewers, thank you for your support. And of course, I know you're the kind of people that are very positive energy, which has given me this success. Thank you for your support, and thank you for not trolling me. And now let's take a look at the planetary transits and situation for December that will be impacting us. There are only 2 transits this month, but lots of other planetary activity and drama that we need to contend with. So the first transit, Venus transits from Sagittarius to Capricorn on December 1st, and it stays there until December 28th, almost all month. Then on December 15th, the Sun makes its monthly transit from Scorpio to Sagittarius. And now for the rest of the drama. I'll go through it one by one. Saturn will aspect both the Sun and Mercury for the first half of the month. The Sun and Saturn is not a good aspect. Mercury will have started its retrograde motion in Scorpio on November 25th, and that continues until December 15th. So the first half of the month, we have to deal with that pesky Mercury retrograde. On top of that, Mars has been transiting in Cancer since October 20th, and it is considered debilitated in Cancer. So it's going to stay debilitated in Cancer, but now it's going to become retrograde on December 6th. So it stays retrograde until February 25th, which is next year. So that's 80 days of Mars retrograde. So I'm not sure how much more challenging Mars can get, where it's debilitated as well as retrograde. Actually, yes, it can, because it will aspect both Venus and Capricorn, as well as the enemy Saturn in Aquarius. So it's got an aspect 3 other planets while it's in that very, very challenged situation. So basically the challenges in December are going to be due to several issues. Well, first, Mercury retrograde until December 15th. Then Mars being retrograde as well as debilitated in Cancer and aspecting Venus and Saturn. So the general guidance that I can offer is first regarding the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio in the nakshatra of Anuradha. Mercury always rules our communication, finance, business, computers, and IT devices, communication devices, also our sisters and our aunts. Anuradha is ruled by Saturn, and it is about love and friendship primarily. Scorpio is about suddenness, secrets, and things that are hidden from us. So when you put that all together, you need to make sure that your communication in the workplace with your seniors, you need to watch that very carefully. Don't push your luck and get aggressive with anyone at work. The same rule applies with your friends and your love partners, because there can be sudden misunderstandings and miscommunication, and all of a sudden there can be angry words, and conflicts could start or even end already unstable relationship. Think before you speak and choose your words carefully. In certain instances, you can even find out things about other people that may have been hidden from you for a very long time. All of a sudden, things come to the surface in any relationship or even in the workplace. Also pay attention to your timetable and schedules. A Mercury retrograde can cause missed appointments as well as mix-ups in schedules. In fact, people could also be talking behind your back, but that depends on your own birth chart. So I'll kind of try to include it in the ascendant-wise predictions if that's going to happen. Now, a debilitated Mars that is retrograde could also bring on some pent-up anger and frustrations that actually would lead to these conflicts that I'm talking about in the Mercury retrograde part. Also, there could be a complete lack of energy and motivation as well. At a general rule, this combination is a challenging one for high-level politicians and even high-level executives of large organizations. There can be some hidden information about them that surfaces at this time. It could also be quite bad for their health. Mars is the planet of action, so Mars is what guides us to take action to move forward. When it's debilitated and retrograde, it's going to cause us to hesitate to take action. It's going to cause us to doubt ourselves whether we should move forward with certain action or not. It's going to cause us to second guess what is the right actions to take, and that can cause pent-up anger and resentment. When Mars is very active, heavily active, it causes anger and it causes outbursts of anger. But when it's retrograde or when it's debilitated, it causes pent-up frustration where the anger is not released in a volatile way. So it causes a buildup of rage within you. So one of the things that I'm going to ask, or suggest I should say, to people is, if this is what, you feel the impact of Mars during this time where you're feeling a lot of inbuilt rage against other people, where you feel helpless, but you can't really do anything. You're unable to take action to move forward with things that you had planned. Meditation is something that calms this kind of debilitated Mars down, because Mars means taking very short or shallow breathing. Mars is the significator of shallow breathing. But once you start taking very deep breathing exercise, it tends to overcome the effect of a retrograde or even a debilitated Mars. So practice deep breathing exercise in order to overcome the negative effects of this debilitated Mars, I should say. Deep breathing exercise are going to be very, very helpful for the next couple of months. Now I move on to predictions. As usual, my predictions are based on Vedic astrology and your rising sign, also called ascendant or lagna in Hindi. Make sure you listen to the correct zodiac sign. December prediction for Aries. Aries, your ascendant ruler Mars is going to be debilitated as well as retrograde in the 4th house this month. The 4th house signifies mental and domestic happiness. Mercury is retrograde in the other house that is owned by Mars, and that is Scorpio. So this could be an interesting month for Aries. As far as career is concerned, Saturn is now direct in your 11th house of gains, wishes, and desire fulfillment. This indicates that career can be quite positive for Aries this month. It will be very favorable and you may experience benefits which will start coming to you in a steady and gradual manner. Everything that has seemed to be at a standstill for the last several months will start to move forward in a steady pace. If you are waiting for some recognition or promotions, you can expect to see them now and into the new year. After the middle of the month, your luck factor increases as well due to the sun transiting into the 9th house of luck. So it can be said that your lucky time starts at that time. Those Aries that were looking for a new job, the benefic time starts. So it's a possibility from now until early January. Those wishing to relocate to a foreign country for work may possibly do that now as well. Relationships in the workplace are very pleasant and you can get good support from your co-workers. As far as finance is concerned, you can expect good gains as well. You can expect some increase in income as well. However, at the same time, your expenses will continue to stay high because Rahu is still in the 12th house of expense. And this will provide some challenge in being able to save your money. Try your best to control your impulsive and rash purchases, especially of luxury items, and that should help you save your money better. Some Aries might even get into debt situations due to overspending. This is also not a good time to have real estate transactions. Health is something you need to take care of this month. You may be feeling very stressed and under pressure, and this could be due to lack of domestic happiness, or you may not be doing a better job of managing the work-life balance, so the stress can be controlled. There are demands on your time at home and as well as in the workplace, so manage your time between those two areas of your life a little better and control your stress a little better. Speaking of relationships, as far as love and relationships with children are concerned, they may be rather pleasant after the middle of the month. Prior to that, you need to control your communication since Mercury is retrograde in the 8th house. The 8th house is one of obstacles. So you really need to watch what you say and how to say it. Otherwise, there can be misunderstandings and hurt feelings that may damage relationships for a long time. You may even go through some emotional times when you bring up past issues with others that you had kept to yourself for a long time, but now you feel like talking about it. So it's like past issues bubble up to the surface and make you emotional. Married Aries can enjoy a happy and harmonious month with their spouse. Just remember that your communication is very critical this month to managing all relationships, especially in the first half of the month. Students will not have good focus and concentration in the first half of the month, but in the second half of the month, they get serious and put in the required effort. At that time, they may even get good support and guidance from their teachers and mentors. December prediction for Taurus. Taurus, your ascendant ruler Venus will be in the 9th house of luck and destiny, which is a very fortunate transit for you. Also, Saturn has now become direct in your career house, so career and professional matters start to move forward positively now. Although the retrograde Mars may make you feel a little low on energy and enthusiasm this month. This could be a month of travel for Taurus. As far as career is concerned, you're going to be quite dedicated to your current job and work hard this month because you may actually start to sense that positive energy around you. Jupiter's aspect on your ascendant ruler Venus blesses your hard work with luck and good energy as well. Some Taurus can finally gain the promotions or any other special recognition that they have been waiting for a long time. This is also a favorable time for unexpected gains and luck, especially from government or via foreign sources. There is also a chance of unexpected financial gains from unearned sources such as insurance or inheritance or large gifts, things like that. Individuals that do any sort of business or in a profession related to foreign countries or companies can do exceptionally well at this time. Although due to Mars and Mercury both being retrograde, you may not have the best decision-making abilities. You may actually be tempted to make some important decisions with respect to your career and finance. It is actually not advisable for you to make major decisions like career changes, new investments at this time. Definitely don't take any impulsive, rash decisions regarding any important matters in your life. Now, finance this month is moderate, and the reason I say that is because your income is going to be very strong, but Taurus will be very tempted to spend a lot as well as expenses can be high. So there will be less scope to save money this month. As far as health is concerned, the Sun will move into the 8th house after the middle of the month, and due to that, some Taurus may experience back pain and pain in their thighs. And for those that suffer from hypertension, you need to take care of yourself as well after mid-month. There can be some stress related to household matters this month as well. As far as relationships are concerned, this month seems a little moderate. There could be some lack of harmony in love, and you may have some disagreements with your partner. Now, this applies for both married as well as the single Taurus that are in a love relationship. My guidance is to manage your ego just a little bit, try to be flexible and come to mutual adjustment, as well opposed to being bossy and demanding things to go your way. As long as you can do that, you can actually have a very happy month because Venus is in a very positive position for you. Relationships with your in-laws could also get challenging this month due to misunderstandings and your communication that is not well received. So be very careful with your words. Also, the same applies to the seniors in your family, especially your father. Remember, Mercury is retrograde, so communication becomes an issue during the retrograde Mercury. Manage your relationship with your father as well as his health. The only guidance I have for this to be a very happy month for Taurus is to be very careful regarding their communication. And this month could have just a little bit low on energy. So make sure you're out and about, keep your energy and momentum going, and you could have a wonderful month. As far as students are concerned, Ketu has been in the 5th house, and so some of you may have had a sense of detachment or lack of interest in your course of study, or you may have felt the need to make changes in your course of study as well. Jupiter is retrograde as well, so if you are going to change your course of study, my guidance is to think carefully before you make any impulsive decisions. There are chances that you may not be making wise choices during this extended phase until the beginning of New Year. December prediction for Gemini. Gemini, your ascendant ruler Mercury will be retrograde until mid-month in the 6th house. And due to this, there could be some health-related problems for you, so you need to take very good care of your health this month. Some of you may experience a little bit of a back pain, but only those that have experienced it maybe in the past. On the relationship front, there may be some stress and strain in the relationships with your life partner, and thereby you will need to be flexible with your partner to maintain harmony this month. As far as career is concerned, Saturn has become direct in the ninth house of luck, so you may start to experience some positive results in your career. But there is no doubt that Gemini will have to put in lots of effort and hard work in order to get these positive results. Those Geminis that have been dissatisfied or have wanted to change their jobs, there are chances that you can do that now. Some Geminis may face challenging issues with their seniors in the beginning of the month. So it's important for you to maintain a very good relationship with your superiors and coworkers as much as possible. These challenges could be the result of miscommunication since Mercury is retrograde. So choose your words carefully and be specific in your communication rather than vague. Also, don't miss deadlines and schedules. For some Geminis, it's possible that past errors or issues are brought up now in the workplace, and now you're asked to either fix them or work on them again. Make sure your work is error-free and accurate. As far as finance is concerned, for some Geminis, earnings may dip a little bit, especially if you are commission-based, and at the same time, your expenses will be quite high. So you may not be able to add to your savings this month. For business owners, this month may not be very profitable due to facing tough competition from the competitors. However, after mid-month, the situation improves and things could become a little better. Some of you may be tempted to take on loans to use to spend them on expenses, but my guidance is to not do that at this time because it will be very difficult to pay them off later. As far as health is concerned, you need to take good care of it, as I mentioned previously. Not only is Mercury retrograde in the sixth house of health, but Mars is also retrograde in your second house. So you may lack good energy and enthusiasm this month, and also some of you could get digestive problems and throat-related infections. My guidance is to pay very good attention to your diet and eating habits because that would be the main cause of health issues for some of you this month. Specifically, stay away from hot spicy foods because this will be the cause of digestive issues. It is better to eat fresh green leafy vegetables and fruits, and drinking lots of water will always help your health issues at this time. As far as love and relationships are concerned, Venus in the 8th house may cause you not to maintain harmony in your love relationships this month, whether married or single Geminis that are in love relationships. Also, married life for you may not be encouraging and there could be unnecessary stress in relationships. This will be primarily due to the Mars retrograde in the second and Mercury retrograde in the 6th house. Now, the only reason for that will be your communication. So there can be lack of communication in the relationships. There will be misunderstandings, and also choice of words may not be the best. You may bring up old issues and start arguments and hurt feelings. My guidance is to stay very patient. Don't get aggressive and don't start arguments just to prove yourself right. Maintain harmony by letting your partner or somebody else in the family have the last word. It's okay. It's only a month. Let them win the argument. The Mars retrograde will give you a tendency to start arguments, and that's where the trouble will start. Also, this month may lack internal satisfaction and you may undergo lots of mental confusion, which will manifest in some very unnecessary arguments and frustrating moments with family members and even friends. So you may have a general lack of happiness in relationships. Now, my guidance is that you should try to adjust to the needs of all others in order to stay happy. Students may be quite distracted and lose focus. Try your best to stay on track, although next month promises to give much better luck and results. December prediction for Cancer. Cancer, you have a Mars retrograde in your own ascendant house this month, and due to this, there can be ups and downs in your career. Some Cancer can even experience issues with the progress of their children or the education of their children, and that could be very unstable right now due to the Mercury retrograde in the 5th house of children. A retrograde and combust Mars aspects Saturn in the 8th house and may present you with some job pressure and challenges in the workplace. Recognition in the workplace may be delayed for now, despite the hard work that you have been putting in. Now, due to more work pressure, you could feel very dissatisfied in your career, and the thought of changing your job or your position may occur to you. But avoid rash or impulsive decision regarding new opportunities and new jobs. Think very carefully before making any career changes. Business owners could incur modest profits, but there will be tough competition from the competitors. To attain success in business moving forward, you will need to be rather creative and also think about changing your business strategy. New ideas and new ways to market your business is going to be the key to success moving forward. A retrograde Jupiter in the 11th house and Ketu in the 3rd indicates that you may need to focus on marketing via social media as well. As far as finance is concerned, this month could prove to be an expensive one, where you may find yourself spending a lot on family-related expenses. You may also be spending specifically on children and their needs, such as education. Some Cancer may also spend on fun and travel-related expenses. The first half of the month are favorable for gains via investments, but the second half of the month, it seems like your debt situation could get pretty high due to overspending. So avoid impulsive purchases. Also avoid getting into a high debt situation with your credit cards or taking out loans. It will be very hard to pay them off later. As far as health is concerned, this is a positive month. You don't have a lot to worry about because the sun will be in the 5th and then in the 6th house. When it's in the 5th house for the first half of the month, you could get lots of healing energy, and the sun in the 6th house is considered favorable for immunity and very good for health as well. So you may not have any major health problems during this month. The only impact could be that you may have some unnecessary mental stress that you bring onto yourself for really no reason. Also, retrograde Mars may make you feel lethargic and have lack of energy or motivation. Now try your best to overcome that by being out and about and being active. However, please do take care of your father's health. As far as relationships are concerned, married Cancers may experience some very happy and romantic moments in their relationship due to Venus being in the 7th house of marriage. So if you're married, you will find that your married life to be quite smooth and harmonious this month. However, I have a very small caution that a very challenged Mars is aspecting Venus in your marriage house. So you would need to stay patient and very understanding with your spouse. Do not have any internal rage or frustration issues with them or their behavior. Try to ignore their faults. Understand that this month they could be ignoring your faults as well. So if you want this to be a happy romantic month, which the planets want to give you, tolerance and patience is going to be the key. This month, even the relationship between the extended family members promises to be rather happy and enjoyable. Single Cancers can experience some troubles in their love life. Again, that could be due to the combination of Sun and Mercury retrograde. And so this is due to ego issues and your communications. Manage both of them well this month. Your Mercury retrograde occurs in the 5th house. So my guidance is regarding your communication, regarding your children and love life. As I mentioned, make sure there are no misunderstandings and miscommunication. Don't give vague instructions or say things that can be misconstrued. Words can get twisted and relationships could get damaged due to this miscommunication. As far as students are concerned, they may have a tendency to change their course of study or have second thoughts on their education matters. Make sure to check schedules, timetables carefully. Also save your data on electronic devices in case of breakdowns. Those are the general impacts of Mercury retrograde. December prediction for Leo. Leo, your ascendant ruler, the Sun, is transiting between the 4th and the 5th houses this month. The 5th house transit of the Sun is extremely positive, so the second half of the month could be considered quite beneficial compared to the first half of the month. As far as career is concerned, this is a tricky month. Your house of luck is being ruled by Mars, which is debilitated, as well as retrograde in the 12th house. So this month you cannot count on your luck to support you. You will need to put all your faith in your own hard work to get beneficial results in your career. Now, during the first half of the month, you could get a lot of visibility at work, so make sure you maintain very positive relationships with your superiors and co-workers. Do what is required of you at work instead of fighting and arguing with the boss. Also, maintain a very good sense of teamwork at work. This month, you may have work pressure and have to manage your work-life balance rather well. You're going to be pulled in lots of directions at home and at work, so make sure you maintain that workload balance well. During the second half of the month, the situation improves a lot and you may get very good positive recognition and professional happiness as well. If you are a business owner, then you may not see the profit that you had expected, and you may also not be in a position to compete with your competitors. Not that you would experience a loss or anything like that, but it would be more of a break-even month because of the high expense situation. It's an excellent month to plan and organize your business strategies during this month for the coming new year. As far as finance is concerned, the money flow is going to be moderate for you this month. Mars is debilitated and retrograde in the 12th house of expenses. So overall, it's going to be an expensive time for Leos. These expenses could be related to household types of expenses. So they could be some that are from the past that you now need to pay, or you may even have neglected to pay or have forgotten about. These could also be due to real estate matters from now or even the past. Some Leos may have to borrow money in the form of loans or credit card debts, or even take on bank loans to meet their required expenses. Some of you may have to take on loans for real estate transactions. As far as health is concerned, your health will be a little up and down because some Leos may experience pain in their thighs and legs. There's also the possibility of digestion-related problems. Try to stay away from sugary and sweet foods. Although the second half of the month you may feel good recovery energy. Leos may also experience some sleep issues, as well as some may have anxiety and stress related issues. I'm not saying that they could have real stress, but they may just feel stressed due to the position of Mars in the 12th house. Overall, Leos may experience lack of energy and motivation to really do anything much this month. They also may go through feelings of lethargy and overall irritation. As far as relationships are concerned, Venus in the 6th house denotes that there may not be much fruitful results as far as love and married life is concerned. If you are single and in a love relationship, then my guidance is to keep your ego under control. Otherwise, there can be conflict in your love life, especially in the second half of the month. If you're married, then there may be lack of harmony as well, and unnecessary arguments in your marriage as well. Some of you may experience issues with your in-laws or have conflict in your marriage that could be related to matters relating to the in-laws. There could be times when you become emotional regarding past issues or matters and even discuss them with some family members. These could be issues that you had kept hidden for a very long time, and now for some reason you want to bring them up and talk about them. Students will have very good energy and focus in the second half of the month, and they could also see some very good recognition for their past efforts. December prediction for Virgo. Virgo, your ascendant ruler Mercury is going to be debilitated and retrograde in the 3rd house this month. So there can be ups and downs in your relationship with your siblings, and there could also be limited progress with respect to new initiatives and motivation. Your energy may be low and you may feel quite exhausted, and motivation may not be that great as well. However, this changes after the middle of the month, and then your positive energy is back with a bang. Some of you may even face problems with respect to short travel, but this is only for the beginning of the month. As far as career is concerned, Saturn is now direct in your 6th house, and you can expect rather positive results. There are good chances of success and career growth this month. Your relationship with your coworkers and colleagues is positive and can enjoy positive support from them as well. After the second half of the month, you can expect good recognition and visibility from your seniors, and this could prove to be quite fruitful for you in the long run. For those Virgos that are looking for a new job, that is entirely possible now, especially if you're looking to relocate to a foreign country. That is possible now as well if you apply for it at this time, but the best time to apply for it is the first half of the month. However, make sure you check your documentation very, very carefully. Don't make any errors. Business owners can expect some good gains and profits, especially in the second half of the month, and luck will certainly support them. My guidance to everyone is to make sure the accuracy with all paperwork and communication, especially written communication. Also, the Mercury retrograde is in the 3rd house of communication, so you need to watch your words rather carefully. Avoid miscommunication or any mistakes in your written word. If you travel, make sure you check your documents and all required paperwork, schedules and timings, and everything else that you will need on your travels carefully. There can be missed or lost items and misunderstandings in your communication or as well as in your documentation. take care of your electronic items and make sure you save your data. As far as finance is concerned, the money flow this month could be rather positive for Virgo, especially for those that earn commissions or have a job that entails traveling. There's a chance to see an increase in your earnings and also a very good opportunity to save money. You will be lucky enough to gain promotion in your job for the hard work that you are doing. If you are doing business, then things will be in your favor and gaining sound profits may be easily possible during this month. Partnership business may also appear to be positive and you may realize good profits. As far as health is concerned, your health may be okay, not too much to worry about. But some Virgos can experience issues with their digestion and some may have skin related problems. This is more for those people that already have the tendency to suffer from skin issues. Overall, you may be able to maintain fine health, except the feeling of lethargy and low energy due to the retrograde Mercury only in the first half of the month. As far as relationships are concerned, this month there can be happiness in love and married life for you. Some Virgos can even get engaged or married this month. Single Virgos looking for love may actually find that special someone this month. This is going to be a rather social month for Virgo because all the happy social houses are getting activated. So Virgo might even travel or have lots of social gatherings. Some Virgos could even perhaps meet old friends from the past. This is a happy month for Virgos. Love life can be happy and romantic. Relationship with children could be rather pleasant and your children will do very well as well. Overall, you get a sense of happiness and joy from your family members. The only one guidance that I do have for you is for the first half of the month is to watch your communication very, very carefully. Don't say things that can be misunderstood or misconstrued. Choose your words carefully. Don't get into arguments. You have a tendency to bring up old past emotional issues or things from the past. Think before you do that. Make sure you're not hurting somebody by doing that. As far as students are concerned, this is a time when you put in good effort with positive energy and happiness. There can be a sense of satisfaction and happiness in the hard work that you're putting into your education. December prediction for Libra. Libra, your ascendant ruler Venus is going to be in your 4th house of domestic and mental happiness. So this month has the possibility to be extra positive and you can get to enjoy some very harmonious family time as well as joyful moments with your family. As far as career is concerned, Saturn is now direct in your 5th house and it will give you moderate results this month. You could experience some job pressure and challenges in the workplace. You may feel as if you're not getting the recognition you deserve despite the hard work you have been doing. In fact, there could be times that your patience could even be tested with respect to your job or your superiors, and this may be the cause of worry for you. Business owners might gain only moderate profits, and for them, this could be a source of worry. If you have been thinking about getting into partnerships, then this is certainly not the right time for that due to the Mars retrograde. In fact, you could also experience some challenges with your business partners now due to the same issue. This is also not the month to make any drastic business changes or to make any new investments in your business. Your goal should now be to focus on running your business the best as you can. As far as finance is concerned, the money flow may be up and down for you this month. The reason for this could be your expenses could be rather high. The expenses could be related to household or home improvement items. Venus is in the 4th house, as I mentioned, and that indicates that Libra will be very interested in the beautification of their domestic environment this month because the 4th house denotes your home and your home environment. Business owners could also have less profitability than expected, and this could be due to competitors' business. Now, the second half of the month, you will put in lots of good effort with good energy, and you may actually see favorable benefits of that as well. As far as health is concerned, Libra, you have retrograde Jupiter in the 8th house as well as Rahu and Ketu in the 6th and 12th houses. So your health has not been up to par for some time now, and have been mentioning that in my past videos. But this month, some of you may only have minor issues such as throat infections, eye-related irritations. Although in the second half of the month, the Sun transits to the 3rd house, so you could have good energy and vitality to fight off any small infections if they do occur. So finally, this month there's good news that there's nothing to worry about as far as health is concerned. My only guidance is to be a little cautious of the food that you eat, especially sugary sweet foods, because those can give some harmful effects, especially if you already have issues with diabetes kind of health issues. As far as relationships are concerned, Mars retrograde will keep you on your toes with respect to love and married life. Also, Mercury is retrograde in the second house of family, so my guidance is to be extremely watchful and careful with your communication. Now, there will be a tendency to be egoistic, sarcastic, and critical of your family members, and this could possibly prove to be rather damaging. In fact, you could end up with some pretty nasty arguments that you didn't even think could happen. So my strong advice to Libra is to watch their words extremely carefully. There can be much regret later if you don't. The good news is that this month you will gain the support of your children, and it's also a positive time for your children, and your relationship with them has the chance to be rather enjoyable. Other positive note is that if you can manage your ego and your words, you can actually enjoy a very harmonious time at home due to Venus being in the fourth house. So basically this month, it is in your own hands how you want this month to turn out as far as relationships is concerned. You can manage your communication well. It's going to be an extremely happy month. If you have some aggressive, bossy, critical communication with family members, then the month could turn out not so great as far as relationships are concerned. Some Libras could have family issues or disputes as well. These could relate to things or legal matters from the past being brought up and discussed. Try to avoid past issues. They can cause disturbances for you. Students, you will put in lots of hard work and effort this month, and you will be rather dedicated to your studies. You will see good results of your hard work this month as well as the next month. December prediction for Scorpio. Scorpio, Mars, your ascendant ruler, is retrograde in your 9th house of luck and destiny. So this month you're advised not to count on your luck, but purely on your own hard work and effort. This may not be the month for taking chances with anything else in life either. This retrograde Mars will impact you in quite a lot of different ways. As far as career is concerned, Saturn is now direct in the 4th house, and this means that you will have some work pressure. Saturn may also test your strength, patience, and intelligence with respect to the work-life balance. There will be a lot of work demands placed on you, and your domestic life will also be rather demanding, and this will create some mental stress for you. Some Scorpios may feel that they're not getting the recognition as they expected. Some of you could even be faced with relationship challenges with your colleagues and co-workers. So as far as finance is concerned, money flow will be favorable for you during this period. There can be an increase in monetary gains, and there is a good chance of increasing your savings this month. For those Scorpios that are looking for a new job, this is a very good month. If you're a business owner, then this could be a profitable month. It's also a time when you could possibly take some financial decisions as well in regards to future career or business plans. Speaking of health, your health will be fine and there is nothing to worry about, especially in the beginning of the month. But you should remember to take good care of yourself this month, because some Scorpios could experience a health issue that resurfaces from the past. But the presence of the sun in the first half will give you good immunity and energy to fight off any infection and minor health issues. So health is good this month. As far as love and relationships are concerned, there will be happiness in love and married life this month. If you are married, then you can enjoy some happy times with your spouse and family as well. After the middle of the month, you will need to manage your ego with family members as well as your communication with them. If you can do that, you could probably have a very happy month. Take care of your father's health and make sure to maintain a very positive relationship with him. Some Scorpios could travel for fun, and some may travel to meet with their siblings or family. This travel could be rather enjoyable and fun, so by all means go ahead and do that. Mercury is going to be retrograde in your own ascendant house, and that can make you reflect on some of the unfinished or incomplete emotional issues from the past that you had either forgotten or tried to forget. You now start thinking about those things and people from the past, and it may even cause some confusion or wanting to resolve those issues now. As long as they don't hurt anyone, you could probably attempt to resolve these emotional issues now with some satisfaction. Students have been very distracted from their studies due to the position of Rahu in the 5th house. They are probably spending more time on social media and other similar distractions. and they should make every attempt to stay focused and work hard on their studies if they expect to see good results. December prediction for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your ascendant ruler Jupiter continues to be retrograde in the 6th house. The 6th house denotes health, loans, debts, your daily routine, and your workplace. So the retrograde Jupiter has probably been activating and making some changes in almost all these areas for Sagittarius for the last few months now. As far as career is concerned, Saturn is now direct in the 3rd house, which means that you can expect some favorable results starting this month. You will also be able to make good progress in your work and achieve high targets with more efficiency. You will have lots of motivation and confidence to move ahead with all your tasks and projects and complete them now, as opposed to the past where you felt that things had not been moving ahead. Business owners as well as individuals can do very well in the second half of the month if they are working with overseas or foreign countries. Those individuals that are wanting to relocate for their career purposes, especially to a foreign country, this is a very promising time. Some Sagittarius may also travel abroad or simply just travel for work purposes. If you do, please make sure that you have all your documentation correctly and you are aware of schedules and timings. Also take care of your belongings and don't fall for any scams while traveling abroad. Mercury in the 12th house is retrograde, so it makes us do either forget things or do things incorrectly. As far as finance is concerned, this is a positive month. Money flow could be good, and there is the possibility of increase in your savings. At the same time, you could also have increased expenses, and these expenses could be related to previous expenses or related to children or educational purposes. So for some of you, these could also be due to additional investments for business purposes as well. Now, my guidance is to not make any investment or financial decisions this month because both the loss houses, which are 8 and 12, are activated this month. So chances of profit are very low. In fact, some Sagittarius may even take on some loans this month, and these could relate to real estate or home related expenses. As far as business owners, this is not a favorable month to make additional investments in business. As far as health is concerned, your health will be status quo. Some Sagittarius could have small issues such as throat infections or eye related issues. However, you will not have any major health issues due to the sun being in the 1st house after the middle of the month. It gives you good vitality and immunity. As far as love and relationships are concerned, love relations will need to be nurtured with care this month. Some Sagittarius can have a bit of a bossy and aggressive attitude with their partner, and as a result may get into a conflict situation with them. Control your ego in all your relationships. Married Sagittarius will also be very critical of their partner, and that can start some communication issues. Mercury is retrograde in the 12th house, and that can also cause some misunderstandings with children. Now, my guidance is to stay as flexible as possible and definitely don't get bossy or aggressive in your communication in your relationships. And this applies for the entire month. There is the possibility of travel for some Sagittarius, and it could be to visit family. That could have very favorable results, and they could enjoy some happy times with the family. As far as students are concerned, they will lack focus and be rather distracted regarding their studies. So they will need to work on their concentration and put in extra efforts. Even though they don't feel like and they may lack energy, they're going to have to put a little more energy and initiative so they can put some extra effort. December prediction for Capricorn. Capricorn, your ascendant ruler Saturn is now direct in your 2nd house, and you would think that finally you would be able to realize some positive results of the 2nd house, because the 2nd house represents finance, family, your speech, and the food that you eat. But here we go, a very challenged Mars is aspecting Saturn, and Mars and Saturn are enemy planets. So this will diminish the positive results of the direct Saturn. As far as career is concerned, as I mentioned, a very disturbed Mars is now aspecting your ascendant ruler Saturn. So this may test your patience and give you stress and pressure in your career at this time. You will need to be very careful in your relationship with your superiors and make sure that you follow the lead rather than questioning them. If you are expecting gains or recognition, they will be delayed for now. However, Venus will be in your own ascendant house, so you may have a general feeling of relief or happiness and may not care as much about what's going on in your career. As far as finance is concerned, the first half of the month is a lot better than the second half of the month. In the first half of the month, the flow is pretty good and there could be some increase in monetary gains as well, and you may be able to save some money as well. Now, in the second half of the month, the sun transits to your 12th house of expenses, so there could be some higher expenses that you incur. These could be due to payoff of debts or even health-related expenses. And if you're a business owner, then your chance to gain more profits will be better in the second half of the month. As far as health is concerned, you have nothing to worry about this month. You enjoy good energy and good health, and you will be enthusiastic and your mindset will become rather positive. As far as relationships are concerned, relationship will give varied results with love and married life. Venus aspects your 7th house of marriage, and due to this, your married life could be filled with happiness and love. However, Mars is retrograde and debilitated in the same 7th house. So you need to manage your own attitude and also adjust your expectations from your spouse. If you get bossy and aggressive, you will personally ruin what could have been a very happy month. So make sure you maintain a very positive, very pleasant attitude and remain flexible and adaptable in your approach. There will also be happiness with family members this month. Some Capricorns enjoy a very good social life after the middle of the month. But in the first half of the month, be careful about your communication with friends and social contacts because Mercury is retrograde in your 11th house. Your ego and poor choice of words could damage your relationships, so be very careful and choose your words carefully. Your children may be very confused about their line of study and may want to make changes at this time. As far as love life is concerned, some Capricorns may think about their love choice and may even want to wait a little longer to make any relationship decisions at this time. All the travel houses for Capricorn are getting activated, so Capricorn might be doing quite a bit of travel this month. The travel could be short distance or long distance travel, and some Capricorns could even be doing foreign travel. Some Capricorns may even travel for religious or spiritual purposes, and some Capricorns could be doing travel for educational purposes. As far as students are concerned, Jupiter is retrograde in the 5th house of education. So some students may have felt the need to rethink or change their course of study. So they may be going through some confusion in the last few months and at this time as well. Normally a retrograde Jupiter does that. So some students may also be faced with having to redo some of the work that was done prior, but for some reason needs to be redone again. At this time, I would suggest don't make any educational changes. Wait for the Jupiter retrograde to be completed next year, and then you can change your educational course or line of study. December prediction for Aquarius. Aquarius, your ascendant ruler Saturn is finally now direct in your own ascendant house, the 1st house. So previously, if you're experiencing low energy, lack of enthusiasm and motivation, that should start to change now just a little bit. As far as career is concerned, for Aquarius, their career is ruled by Mars. And not only is Mars debilitated at this time, but also retrograde in the challenging 6th house. Now, this indicates that Aquarius may face hurdles and obstacles in their career at this time. They may continue to be faced with low motivation, and they may even lack confidence to move ahead or work extra hard as they normally do in their career. They may experience that lots of coworkers or professional contacts from the past now try to approach them again or come back in their life for work purposes. Mercury is also retrograde in their career house until mid-month, so they may have to work on their work accuracy issues as well as communication issues in their workplace. They may be making errors due to the stress and pressure, so they need to be very careful about that and their accuracy as well. On the other hand, if you're a business owner, you could enjoy moderate profits. The one good impact will be from the sun that transits from the 10th to the 11th house this month. That gives them some recognition in return for the prior hard work that they have been doing. As far as finance is concerned, despite the career stress, the money flow for Aquarius could be moderate, especially after the middle of the month. However, all month, the expenses are going to be rather high. These expenses could be due to household expenses or could even be due to celebrations and travel. Business owners could possibly experience good gains in business, and it could be a profitable month for them. Now, individuals that are independent contractors, meaning they work on their own, they're not employed by others, as well could see good gains after the second half of the month. As far as health is concerned, the only issue that Aquarius may experience is due to digestive problems. Saturn in the first house usually slows down the digestive and metabolic process in the body, so a proper diet is important for Aquarius. They need to cut down on all salty, fried, and processed or stale foods at this time so they stay healthy, and drinking lots of water could be very beneficial if they feel low on energy. As far as relationships is concerned, they're going to be much better in the second half of the month than the first. In the first half of the month, Mercury is going to be retrograde in the 10th house. And so this will impact their communication with their families, children, and co-workers as well. So Aquarius needs to manage their speech and the words they use. And this could be a big factor in the happiness they feel this month. As far as love life is concerned, as I mentioned, they need to control their communication with their love partner in the first half of the month. If they do, they can have a very happy month. Married Aquarians can experience a happy month, especially after the second half of the month. Aquarius may also have a very pleasant social life in the second half of the month when the sun transits the 11th house. The 11th house is a house of social contacts, professional network. So they will get a lot of respect in their social circle, and they also get lots of recognition in professionally and in their social circle as well. Students need to be very careful with the accuracy of the work until the 15th of the month when Mercury is retrograde, Mercury is retrograde. They may be very distracted, due to which they may not produce their best work. So students, the guidance is to stay focused and put in the extra effort so you don't make errors. Also, they may be asked to redo some of the work that they may have done prior, but they may not have done accurately, or for some reason it needs to be done again. It's better to stay focused and put in the extra effort. December prediction for Pisces. Pisces, your ascendant ruler Jupiter, continues to be retrograde in the 3rd house. And now there's also a retrograde Mars in the 5th house of love and children, and a retrograde Mercury in the house of luck, but that is only until mid-month. As far as career is concerned, Saturn is now direct in your 12th house, so it may give you moderate results this month. After the middle of the month, Sun will transit into the 10th house of career, and it highlights career advancements along with recognition for your efforts. Now, this is a very good time to organize your goals and priorities. You will be very visible at work, so make sure you're presentable and as thorough and productive as can be, because you're going to be noticed by your superiors and your coworkers. Not only that, but your effort and hard work are going to get recognized, and you may enjoy a very good professional relationship with your upper management team as well. Show that you are a team player and make sure you manage your communication rather well. As far as finance is concerned, Mars is retrograde in the 5th house, which indicates that you may be thinking about revisiting or creative projects that you did in the past. Also, you may rethink your strategy on financial investments. This is a financially profitable month for you. Your past efforts and hard work will finally pay off, and you can receive good gains and an increase in income as well. There's also the possibility of unearned income being received, such as insurance settlements, inheritance settlements, and even large gifts. Now, be a little cautious and don't make impulsive or risky financial investments or decisions this month, because they can end up with losses due to Saturn being in the 12th house of losses. Health is really not an issue for Pisces this month. The only issue is that some Pisces can experience pain in the legs and feet. Other than that, my general guidance would be to watch for digestive issues. Specifically, stay away from hot or spicy foods this month because they may cause digestive issues. Relationships seem to be challenging in the first half of the month because Mercury is retrograde in the 9th house of luck. So don't push your luck or expect your luck to get you through this month, especially the first half of the month. This month, especially, like I said, the first half of the month, you have to depend on yourself on managing relationships. Mercury retrograde will give you the tendency to be a little aggressive and bossy with almost everyone. Also, you may not pick your words wisely, so there's a chance of misunderstanding and miscommunication as well. So make sure your communication is pleasant and cordial at all times. Love relationships and relationship with children could also be challenging because you may not agree on matters and there can be conflict as a result of that. There can be some past issues that are brought up and result in some unpleasant situations as well. So be cautious about that as well if you want to have a happy month. Now this applies to the first half of the month. After the second half of the month, the situation changes quite drastically and it could turn into a rather happy and enjoyable month for you. On a happy note, Pisces will enjoy some very enjoyable social time with their social circle. So try to keep your mood happy rather than focus on the negatives that the first half of the month seems to be. But the negative is only regarding communication because of the Mercury retrograde. Watch your communication carefully. Don't be sarcastic, don't be critical, and definitely don't bring up past issues or dredge up past hurts or emotions in order to have disagreements or start arguments. If you don't do that, this could be quite a happy month for Pisces. With this, I come to the end of my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please share it with friends and family, and please don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on one of my next videos.